Hey, what's up everyone? Z-Man here at the Z channel, and I have another kick-ass blade. It's a buck. It's a buck. What else can I say? It's a buck. So, a lot of people have different tastes in knives. I myself, I like all knives. I like buck, I like Schrade, I like Cold Steel, SE. The M-Techs are really growing on me. I definitely like SOG, Ontario, K-Bar, Benchmade, unbranded type knives. I'm not too much of a Frost fan. Frost knives are really iffy. Gilheben has pretty good stuff. It just depends on the quality of the blade. Like, just because it's coming from a different manufacturer or company or brand that you might not like doesn't mean the blade won't be quality. So I actually got this for a Christmas present from the family, and pleasantly surprised with the quality of the buck knife. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. So it's a genuine quality leather. Issue number is 119. You can see that right there, but it's right there on the deal. It's got the only one style of carry option, but you can carry it, vertically on your belt loop. And then this sheath, it wraps all the way around the handle, so it gives it some extra protection, so that way you can't, it won't fall out. You're going to carry it a different way, but for the most part, getting it out is pretty easy. If you're carrying it this way, you pop it and you're good to go. So jumping into the actual knife itself, look at that. Quality all the way through. A little too shiny as far as the profile goes. You're definitely not going to want to cut this. You're not going to want to carry this in survival type situations, because the metal will actually shine off, and for a lot of times you don't want the shiny metal part, because it'll gleam, it'll reflect light, things like that. But I would consider this more a solid hunting knife. So I got a really great hilt to the bottom. I mean, you can use this for combat situations, things like that. I've worn it probably a dozen times or so since I got it, and I've actually got some good compliments on it. I would almost kind of call it like a gentleman's knife, if there is such a thing as a gentleman's knife. I know there's gentleman pocket knives, but I guess this would be the gentleman fixed blade knife. And I know it's kind of more geared towards hunting and everything, but it's pretty fancy for what it looks like. And I've worn it, like for everyday stuff, but I've also worn it with some of my nicer outfits, like when I'm sporting a button-up shirt and, black slacks and nice shoes and things like that. And still got some nice compliments on it, and I like the flash, I guess you could say, especially with the end of the hilt here. It is full tang all the way through, and for it being a buck knife and not really, I own two buck blades. This would be the second one, and the second one that I got was also, oddly enough, it was a Christmas present from last year, and I carry that one on a regular basis in a scout carry position, because it has the capability of being worn on your belt that way. And so I like to carry it just because of the low profile, especially when I'm carrying concealed. But something like this, when I want to go out and just have my regular carry option going on, this is a really great piece. Like I said, I've worn it about a dozen times, and just a nice knife. I got nothing negative to say about it. As far as where I'm going to use it, where I'm going to keep it, definitely going to keep it out in the open, ready to go if I ever want to wear it for just going out and about on a regular day trip. Like I said, I live in an open carry state, and a knife like this, a lot of guys will either throw a compliment or they'll bat their eye a little bit and be like, why are you wearing that? But a lot of times, people can respect that you're wearing a pretty good quality blade, and the actual look and feel of the sheath and everything, it goes really smooth. And if you're not really paying too much attention, you won't even really notice that the person's carrying it, especially because usually I wear a lot of black, a lot of dark and neutral colors. So I really don't notice too much, especially if I have like a hoodie on or a long sleeve shirt or whatever that's going over my waistline. So I don't, if I do carry open, it's not too open, and you really have to look down and notice that I'm carrying something. So really great blade. All the way through and through, just really happy with this blade. It's a nice knife. Definitely a keeper. Got it for, like I said, for a Christmas present from family, and so I'll you know, probably give it to my grandkids someday or something like that. It's something that's gonna last a long time. You know, take care of it. I'll definitely you know, give it some more sharpens here, and then I'll clean it and make sure that I preserve the metal so that way the metal doesn't rust. And you know, something like this is going to go for a good 25-30 years before you're going to have any wear and tear unless you're using it every day or exposing it to the elements. So definitely a great quality knife. Keep in the box. Can't go wrong with a Buck knife. Buck's a great quality. I will definitely buy more. Nothing negative to say about Buck. So with that being said, I got more knife reviews coming up. Z-Man out.